Focusing on the lives, experiences, and viewpoints of motherlode women, the show features a rotating cast of 4 women of all ages and from all walks of life. Quick, upbeat, and fast-paced with a variety of topics, this one-hour show will be aired live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Tune in. It's Just Between Us.
Good morning and welcome to Just Between Us. Girls, what is going on over there?
We're playing.
Don't ask.
You scared
Don't
me.
ask, don't tell.
Yeah, really. Oh, it's going to be one of those shows, huh? Going to get in a lot of trouble this morning. Good morning and welcome to Just Between Us. I'd like to welcome everyone and thank everybody for supporting Just Between Us. A lot of people stop me and talk about all the lovely ladies on the panel, so I wanted to pass that on to you.
Very nice. Good to hear.
Did I say your name?
Oh.
Yeah, no.
It is going to be one of those days. My goodness.
Sweet that they think about other people.
No. They love Jackie. They love her when she does the get dirty. I'm Susie from Volcano.
I'm Roberta from Pioneer.
Jackie from Jackson.
The dirty girl. She likes to get in and play in the dirt.
I could
That
say
works
All right.
with my book title.
or cinnamon sugar, whichever.
Yeah, so the cinnamon
Okay.
sugar. All right,
So I
Roberta,
have
pick 2,
To
baby.
roll.
There you go.
Okay.
Number 2.
Let's see. This is rumors and gossip.
Aha.
Oh, I love that.
Do you feel women are more likely to gossip or tell a rumor they have heard, or are men just as guilty?
Okie dokie, artichoke. And the next one?
2 again.
Dose again. Okay. Whoops. Turn it up right.
That girl.
Getting that spurt of energy. Does looking forward to a vacation... This doesn't make sense. Does looking forward to a vacation or doing something special get that adrenaline rush going?
Okay, well, we're going to get your adrenaline rush, whatever that is, going because we're going to take a short break. And Jackie and Roberta are going to give you their opinions when we come back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
Welcome back to Just Between Us. Roberta, our first question.
First question is about rumors and gossip. Do you feel women are more likely to gossip or tell a rumor they've heard, or are men just as guilty? I think men are just as guilty.
I know some men that they just
Yep.
can't wait. That they're on the phone to the buddies and whatever. I always said it was women, because that's our nature to. Did you hear?
Share.
Yeah, share. That's a good word. That's a good word. But no, I think men can be just as gossipy and maybe even more so sometimes.
And I don't know if it's this or not, but I wonder sometimes women want to share because that is our nature to do that. But men, sometimes it's the one-upsmanship. It's they know something
absolutely.
that somebody else does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That's
is.
just an opinion.
No, I agree. And I think they do it kind of in a different way, but they do it.
Do you think that good news travels faster than bad news?
No, bad news always travels faster.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Rumors, bad news. Something ugly about somebody is the wires are and the internet's going to be just going like crazy. Whereas good news, it's like, oh, by the way, did you hear?
Yeah.
One of those. But I don't know.
It's true with the news and newspapers and radio and television, as well as
nature.
gossip.
It's the nature of the beast. It's just the nature of the beast. I think that bad stuff.
Bad news sells.
You look on TV and you hear about so and so got arrested and for this and that, or so and so did this. What about when they do something good?
Yeah, you don't see that much.
No, and
Very seldom.
Yeah, and I think I'm just speaking for the women that I know, you guys and other women on the panel and my friends and family. I think a lot of times you're more like you want to pick up that phone and say, guess what, so and so got a new car, or so and so finally got their new fridge, or guess what, they're going to be a grandparent or whatever. I think something like that, you can't wait to share with somebody because it enlightens you and it's a lot of fun. And you want to share it with somebody else. I like stuff like that. I think I like the good news thing.
Absolutely.
I don't like vicious gossip. I
I'd
really
like to
don't.
see more good news on the news at night.
I would
Yeah,
too.
well, if we
'Cause
start
there
getting
are good
some-
stories.
There are
Yeah.
good
But
stories,
there are
and I
good
get so
stories.
tired
Yes.
of hearing the burn down the house, shoot 'em up,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, do we have to hear all of that?
Yeah.
You
Well,
rarely-
unfortunately, this is the type of news that's making it. I mean,
Right.
there's murders. It seems like there's a murder every day, if not every other, or this or that, or somebody's been beaten up, or I mean, unfortunately, this is what's making the news, and we're not getting the good stuff in. The Good Samaritan stuff is what we need.
We need more of.
Uplifting.
It would be really curious, and I don't know what the statistics are, but if there really was just a show on just the good news, would it sell? Would advertisers advertise? Would it
Good
get?
question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it all
I
depends.
think somebody
you
we
all-
know might have that answer.
That's very
I-
true.
Yeah.
Ring a ding ding.
I think that during political years or during a crisis, I think that you're flooded with a lot of stuff, and come now, I'm done. Let's just get the election over with and let's move on, one way or another. Well, I'm tired of this, and you get so bogged down with it, and everybody says, oh, the dirty politic, this and that. No, you know what, let them go at it. Maybe somebody that's got a little hair on their back will show some what they're made of, and maybe you'll say, hey, you know what, that's the type of person I want to lead us and to get us going, because right now we're just like in this he said, and he said, and that's not true, and editing tapes and this and that. I'm sick of that. To me, it's just a pain in the ankle.
Let's just find out what they stand for and get
and let's move
to the election
on.
and make it happen.
Right.
And get other things
Too
on the
much
news.
of that, and too
Yeah.
much money spent on campaigns.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's for darn sure. Anyway, ladies,
Yeah.
Back
Wanna-
to the subject.
Another topic?
let's go get another topic there and see what we're going to.
Talk about energy, getting that spurt of energy.
Oh boy.
That's what I got to get today. Energy.
There you go.
Does looking forward to a vacation or doing something special get that adrenaline rush going?
Sure, I think everybody needs that.
I
don't you?
think doing something special does. Going on vacation, I kind of downshift on my work because I'm
Yeah.
just so anxious to go. So it's like when you're quitting a job, you kind of don't work as hard as you used to. And I'm kind of like that when I go on vacation too. It's like, well, get it done, put it away, let's go.
Right.
I
But
think
see,
it
you're
depends.
both into doing a lot of different things. You're the president of the Rotary.
Rotary.
You're baking. You're the dirty girl with the Miss
Two hats.
Queen. Yeah, there you got 3 or 4. Roberta's a life coach. So you all have all of this stuff going on. So I would think that sparks you and gets that extra energy going. But I can imagine that at the end of a couple of months, you're ready to just put it on the back burner. Pardon the pun. And
Bread
get-
doesn't go on burners.
That's
Yeah.
right.
and get out there and spend that dough. See?
Oh, very good, Susie.
Pretty good.
I like to think that vacations and doing something special are similar to when because it's a type of a goal, right?
Right.
You set a goal, you're going on vacation, you plan for it. So it's having the goal and envisioning what it's going to be like when you get there.
Yeah,
Having that
yeah, that's true.
vision that gets the adrenaline going, and it's part of the fun.
Yeah.
It's part of the excitement.
Yeah, because with all the hats that you wear.
So is baking bread.
Yeah.
You're down there, you're making the thing, and you're envisioning people going,
I have to
I can
say,
taste it now.
if you've never had the opportunity to taste her baking, you have to. It is magnificent. You do a great
And you
job.
have lots of different kinds.
oh,
Very
I
much
make
so.
everything.
What kind?
And every
Tell me
week I make
you.
something new, just about, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
this week?
Oh, I haven't decided yet.
What
I haven't
was last
decided.
week?
But
Because I'm
that's-
doing
but
the
that's-
Sunday market also. this
That's
week,
her
so-
spark. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
when she talks about her baking and whatever, that gives her an extra boost.
You know, it's interesting because it gives you the boost because it is something special for you.
Yeah.
And it's maybe sort of
I
zen.
can't stop doing it.
But
That's why I
it's-
started my business, because I
It's
just
like
couldn't stop.
What does light you up? And if
Yeah.
we see
With me,
that,
it's a couple of prunes.
It's
but
a great.
that lightens you up.
It's the creativity part of
A
it
lot.
is what it is. It's the creativity because same thing happened. I had my ceramic shop, and anything that's creative, I like to do.
ceramics too.
She never sits
I
still.
used to. I don't
She
know.
never sits still. Never sits
Yeah.
still.
I've done a bunch of stuff,
That's
I
great.
think
but
that's
it's the
great.
creative part of it. I just love creating. So
And when
and
you
it's
create,
instant gratification.
Do you see a vision?
do you start from nothingness, or do you start from the vision of what you want to create?
I usually create as I go. It drives other people nuts. But I can completely shift if I have a chunk of dough and I was going to make this out of it, but I thought, why don't we try this today? I'll just change gears and go the other direction.
So you think
Oh,
that has
darn.
anything to do with left brain or right brain? thinking?
It probably does, but my friend that does my signage for me, she makes all these labels and stuff, and then I'm like, sorry, we're not using that one today. Do you have one like this? She's like, I'll just make a bunch of blank ones for you.
There you go. Write your own.
Because I just, that's part of the creative part of it. I just think, well, let's see. I was going to do that, but I could do this. So,
Love it.
bingo.
So, Roberta, because you're a life coach, do working with other people gives you that oomph? That makes you.
Oh, absolutely, because you see the sparks in somebody else. And
Yeah.
you know how you were just saying you love to share the good news, or you
Right,
love when
right.
people... Well, the same thing happens when you're working with somebody and they have a goal and they work towards it and they work through an obstacle, or they actually accomplish something they've set out to that maybe they didn't think they could beforehand.
Right.
And even though I didn't do it, they did it. There's still that joy of seeing somebody accomplish something.
But
and
you have
knowing
that umbilical
I had
cord
a
with
little
them.
bit, a little part to play in it. you know.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what people need. They need to be attached to someone that's not a friend or a family, someone that can
Hold them
Tell
accountable
them.
and tell them
tell
the truth.
tell them what the truth is, not what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, you won't tell somebody the truth. You don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever. You'll tell them what they want to hear. And being a life coach, you tell it like you see it, and I think that's important.
You can still tell it with love, but it's the
Yeah.
truth. One of my old clients said, "You know how to step on a man's shoes without getting his shoe shine dirty." And I thought, that's a good way to
I
say
had a
it.
boss like that.
See, I think
I have a
that's good.
girlfriend who could
He
do that
was
too.
like watching him work with somebody, and it's like, how did he do that? They went away smiling.
Yeah. And he told them where to go and where to
Right,
stay.
right. It's like you're fired.
Yeah, really. And it's
Gee,
like,
that's great.
okay, whatever. I'll see you around
Right.
see you around town.
Right, right.
One of those situations. But yeah, I think that there's what's so nice about everybody's personality is they're always something different that gets them going. And that's what's fun to watch. Like you see somebody that's a collector of something, and they'll find, an old tin can, and you'll say, "Oh, it's just a rusty tin can with the label."
Oh, no, don't throw that away.
Don't throw that
right.
away. Give it to me.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing, and blah blah blah. So, all right, we're going to pick 2 new topics.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
So
Turn those down and let's get some more.
there we go, young lady.
Number 6.
Well, first one's a free-for-all.
Okie dokie.
Second one is sleepy time.
So we go from being hyped up there now.
Yeah, really.
Oh, do you feel you're comfortable sleeping in a hotel alone?
Sure.
Me too.
Okie dokie.
Which one are we going to do first? The free-for-all?
Sure. When we come back, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
We're back, and we're ready to take our new topic. Stop it, Jackie.
So.
I was talking about my little Chihuahua. He's got buck teeth. He's bald because he's a little hairless, overweight, and neutered. And I said it's either the dog or it's one of my ex-husbands. I don't know, but that's the description. And for some reason, that sparked Jackie's funny bone.
can't imagine what.
There's other things, but I won't go into
That's
that.
right.
We don't need to know
Oh
the
no,
rest.
no, we won't. So we'll do our next topic, and then you want to do the free for all
Let's do
first?
the free for
Yeah.
all.
Okay, I wanted to talk about today how I thought it was so fantastic that the spaceship Endeavour flew over Arizona to honor Gabby Giffords and her husband, who was a commander, and flew on the Endeavour. And you could tell that they were both very emotional. But I thought that was the sweetest thing, and I'm so glad that it's coming out to California, and it's going to be here. But as we speak, it's going over a lot of the Disneyland. It's going to go over a lot of areas in California before it goes to the Space Museum. Am I correct? Is that what they're going to?
I'm not sure where it's going. Do you know?
I haven't seen TV in a month.
Okay. Well, it's supposed to come out. It's supposed to go to a space museum, and so they're doing these last flyovers and doing all of this. But I saw when it took off from, I believe it was Houston, where it was at Houston, and they did the flyover, and they came around and waved bye-bye, and you can imagine all those people that
have been part of this?
worked on this. I mean, this is something this space program put. We were the first. We did so many firsts with this, and I really think it's so exciting now that I would like to see us really get into and to learn more. When I was younger, I used to say, "Oh, what a waste of money," but now, I mean, medically, they have found so many interesting things: diabetes, heart problems, circulation. A lot of this has to do with our space program and a lot of
how
things.
they reacted in space and
Absolutely.
how the aging process.
Right, which looks like I've been in space a long time.
So if you live in outer space, you might not have these diseases anymore?
Well, they're saying that they're finding how different things can affect certain things.
Yeah.
Like your weight, you're weightless in space. You know where I want to go.
Weightless,
up.
Me
No
too.
scales again for me.
That's right.
Oh no, I'd be happy, but I'd be a happy camper with that thing there. But I just think that it was a very, very exciting time in our life, and I know monetarily it's going to be extremely difficult for us to get back and to do anything like that. But
It really makes me sad. I just
me too.
Yeah,
really
I think that
makes me sad that we shut this door.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's going to be so hard to restart it.
Yeah.
And
unless we get a few countries going together and we work together on this and find out, they're finding out certain elements that are on different planets. Now that we're on Mars. So that's going to be interesting.
Did you
to find
see
out.
that incredible way that the module or whatever shot off, and then how the different parts, came apart, and it ended up landing with all the balloons around
No,
it?
I didn't get to see that.
It's amazing.
It's just incredible how they did it. And
It
just
really
to think,
is.
Thank you for all those smart people out there who
Yeah.
create
That's
in
right.
their realm of the world.
Absolutely. I think that it's great, that they do things like that, and then they share it. And we've got the NASA station, which once in a while I'll turn it on just to see what's going on, and it really, really is interesting. I think space exploration is just starting, not ending.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think
and maybe we will combine with other countries.
I hope so. I think it would be good. Anyway, let's go on to our next topic because we've basically exhausted that.
Topic 2, sleepy time.
Please, don't get me started.
Do you feel comfortable sleeping in a hotel room alone?
I could.
I do.
I
Yeah.
could.
Of course, now with this
I'm all
bed bug scare, everybody's all
Yeah,
paranoid
that's a little
about
nasty.
bed bugs and stuff. I know John and I have a friend, and when they travel, they bring their own blanket that they put
know.
around them and their pillow and they just go overboard because they're so afraid. But they've got latches on the door.
I say go for a 4-star hotel.
There you go.
There you
Then
go.
you don't have to
about
worry.
Yeah, I mean you get in there. They've got evacuation. You can evacuate. You've got latches on your door.
I
You got a
traveled
phone there
lot
if anybody's
with work,
bothering you.
With my past life in my corporate world, I traveled a lot, and so I'd always be in a hotel room alone, and I can't say that I was ever scared.
See,
Or
a lot of people that I've traveled with when I was, when I had to travel from when I was working. A lot of them, I can't stand hotels. You could hear every bit of noise, this and that.
Earplugs.
Not only that, you turn on the TV and fall asleep.
Right,
I mean,
right.
If you're out having fun, or if you're in meetings all day or whatever, the last thing you're gonna be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You're just gonna be just dead.
Right.
You're tired at the end of the day. But I do feel that it's people's responsibility. I know a lot of people are very laxed about this, but when you do check into a motel, you should look on your floor and find the exits.
Oh, yeah.
Find out where they have,
Where the stairs are.
The stairs are. Find, make sure that you don't use an elevator in when you evacuate.
And it has happened that in the middle of the night, the fire alarm went off. We had to go
I've had
outside.
that happen too. Yeah.
Right.
Nasty.
Know where there's.
My husband's trying to turn off the alarm. He's like, it won't turn off. Honey, it's not the alarm.
Yeah, where
That
there's
automatic reaction.
yeah,
Right.
where the
Yeah, it could
extinguishers, even find out on the floor, like if you see somebody going in and out with kids, take note, because if something happens and they come out with one child and they had two, you're going, where's your other child, or you just have to be aware
all the time.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
But I think all in all, I think that I think basically it's very, very safe to stay. I've never given it a second thought.
I think the three of us tend to be not afraid of much of anything.
No, maybe that's
so
bad.
other people, some are pretty, like my cousin. She's scared of everything.
See,
She won't drive except just in her little community. She won't even get on the freeway. She just makes me crazy of all the things she's scared of. It's like, life's too short.
Don't you think that when somebody, we're getting a little bit off thing here, but don't you think when somebody's like that, though, it's like a snowball? They always find something new.
Yeah.
It's like, will you take a deep breath? It's not going to happen.
Right.
It just relax. It's just.
But they
it's a gloom and doom. It's always gloom and doom. I have one of my daughters is like that. Well, wonder if, when if. Just don't think about that.
Right.
Just march forward, and if it happens, then you face it. But other than
that's
that,
right. You spend all your energy worrying about something that may or may not happen.
Yeah. Why?
I got a great fortune cookie once, and I kept it in my wallet for years, and it said, "Worry's like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere." And I love that.
That is true.
Because I used to be so worried about everything, and I read that and I went, "Wow, that is just so perfect."
So worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but you get nowhere.
But it doesn't get you anywhere.
But it doesn't get you anywhere.
That's right. There was a card I got from my mom once that was similar to that. I don't remember how it went, but it was, if you worry about things that are going to happen tomorrow, it drains you of your energy for today.
Yeah, that's
and
very
my mom
true.
was like that. She just worried about everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the
so
fact
did
that
my
she
mom.
gave you was even more powerful.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my mom was like that. She was a worry-wart. Didn't
Mine
like
too.
to drive. Didn't like to drive at night. Didn't do this. Didn't do that, and whatever. And it's like, you have to. I don't know if it's the way that they're raised. I don't know. It's
a
just
personality thing, I believe.
I just don't I don't sweat the small stuff. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
My mom was worried about me as a woman. She was always, "Oh, you can't go there alone. No, you
Right.
can't do that."
Oh,
But
yes.
She was very much that way.
Right.
And it
My mother's was that way too, and Bill's mother too. Oh.
Yeah. I think that's generational.
Yeah.
Well,
don't you?
she was even that way with my husband. It's like, oh, they're sending you to that area. It's like, it's my job. What do you want me to do? Tell?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't go to that side of town.
Yeah. Yeah, the word's out, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, look out. Yeah. But I agree. I think that you just got to learn to relax, and like I say, you get in a hotel room, you shut the door,
Heck, I
put
sleep
the latch on. I do.
usually-
I sleep like a rock. Nothing bothers me.
Well, and don't you think the reason I feel confident is that I have gotten myself out of a lot of pickles, and so if you feel like you can take care of yourself,
Yeah.
then,
Grant you, I don't say, and you'll agree, I don't say push it to where,
No,
you're going to
of
be in a
course
store and
not.
leave your purse open and, hey, I dare you.
Right.
But, you can't go around walking on eggshells or waiting for that
every
other
single
shoe to
thing.
drop.
Right.
If you do that, you're not only wasting a lot of extra energy, mentally and emotionally and even physically after a while, it starts playing on you.
Oh, yes, it does.
And unless the problem comes up, don't give it any thought. It's not worth it.
Because the reality is anything can happen at any time.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Deal with
But-
it when it gets here.
Yeah,
But the other reality is that most of the time it won't.
That's
So, I
right.
mean, you never know what
that's right.
possibilities.
You ready to pick our last two?
I think we should.
We've got a free for all, and we have that question.
Free!
Okay,
Yay.
roll the dice.
Number 2 again.
Wow,
My
it's our
good-
number today.
You've
It
been
is.
2 all day today.
Number 2, can family be too close and cause problems in relationships?
Oh boy, here comes the worry now. Okay, we're going to talk about that topic. Roberta and Jackie are going to pick a free-for-all. We're going to take a very, very short break. Please stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Susie from Volcano.
Roberta from Pioneer.
Jackie from Jackson.
Okay, girls, you want to do the topic first, or you want to do your free-for-all?
I don't know.
Free for all.
Free for all. We're going to go free.
Okay.
Free! All right, I want to talk about funerals. It's kind of a weird subject, but I just got back from one, and we have other ones here at the table. And my father-in-law just passed away. My mother-in-law spent $20,000 on a funeral. Absolutely floored me. It's almost the cost of a wedding. And I just
Which is
can't
also
see spending
ridiculous.
that kind of money.
No, I told John, put me in a seal meal and put it on the jar, and when you go, we go together. We go,
Listen to him. Listen to her.
Why not? Seal a
Seal a meal.
yeah, seal
I've
a meal.
never heard it called that before.
Or one of those Ziploc bags. Make sure it's zipped,
Yeah.
because I don't want to have to get the dustbuster out. Here's Mom.
A little extra work again.
Yeah, really.
Gosh darn
Causing
it.
me more work.
But
Yeah.
you know, and it was a funny thing because my father-in-law was on hospice for a week, and the family got to know this other family whose mother had been brought in at the same time. They were talking about this, and they said, well, we think that, you know, they had the same problem. They wanted a big fancy funeral and all this. And they said, well, that's the generation. He said, our generation is going to be friendly to the earth. We're going to be cremated, scattered to the wind or whatever, and not spend all this money and not take up space in the earth. And I think that's the way I feel. It's the way probably a lot of people my
I
age
think
feel.
it's important to have some sort of a service
Mhm.
to honor the person, to allow for the mourning process,
Yeah, the grieving and
the
whatever.
grieving process to happen. But it doesn't have to be fancy. I think, you know, a potluck and everybody brings
Yeah.
something like the old days,
Gather
because
in
then
the yard,
everybody
you know.
feels like they're contributing.
Right.
And it doesn't
We have
to
this new celebration of life, they call it now,
Yeah.
the celebration of their life. Well, folks, they're not celebrating life right now, but you could go there, and I like the lighter, telling the stories, laughing, sitting around, having
Right.
a few
Me too.
drinks,
Right.
sharing food, remembering that way. I told my husband, I don't want anything. I just want everybody to, you know, the family friend, just get together, have a few laughs, go or take the kids all out to dinner. You know, I mean, sure, shed a few tears. Hey, you better. But
you'll come back.
or I'll come back. Well,
and haunt you.
see how fast that seal and meal will open. But you know, you need at a time that you're lost, and you are lost because it's new. That person is just not there. You know, it's like, oh, they went away for a few days. But you need that closeness, and you need tears, you need laughter,
You need the closure.
and you need closure, and you need the comfort of your loved ones. And I think it's very, very important to get together and to support each other and to do that. But the lavish funerals, like
But
when my
what is the point of buying this
Yeah.
fancy casket that has gaskets that seal,
yeah.
that goes into a cement thing in the ground?
Yeah.
You know, why are we preserving this corpse? You know,
I'm telling
it's
you,
crazy.
my
It is.
grandparents did
For
that.
what?
Very bizarre.
It's
Yeah, my
bizarre.
When you
grandparents
think
did
about
that.
what it really
And go to the grave site, and they've got the space is dug out, like right next door is his neighbor. You know, They're
Yeah.
like neck to neck, all down the.
Yeah.
Sort of literally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I know my parents are in a vault. My mother's coffin was beautiful. You know, we picked out a beautiful outfit for her. For once, I dressed her instead of her dressing, criticizing me. I said, "Okay, I got you now."
Yeah, really.
But
You are going to wear
but-
this fuchsia pink.
Forever.
that's right. But you know, the casket, the vault, the whole thing, and I just remember that whole situation, that going through that, and and I told when we went to visit, I told the first time we went back, I think that's what's more emotional, the first time you go back, and I said to my dad, okay, I kept her for 11 years. You're on now. She's all yours again. But see, I use humor in it, and my family likes that. They like the humor. And because my father had a great sense of humor, my mother had a wonderful sense of humor, and that's our family. But I think that our generation looks at death much different than our parents or our grandparents did.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. And I agree with you. They did something lavish because that is the way that they did things.
Well, it looks good to other people. That's why
there
my
you go.
mother-in-law does
To me, it's like a window dressing thing.
It
that
is.
And it's like,
What a waste of money.
yeah,
It's just a waste of money. And not that we care about the money, except that that's all the money she has to live on.
yeah,
I mean, she has that and some other money, but who knows how long she's going to live, and she needs that money to live.
absolutely.
Not
And
to
it's
be.
just gone.
And it's gone, yeah.
And
Just,
it's
Yeah.
buried.
just like a wedding day. It's just gone one
if
day.
you remember
and it's gone.
years in the past, you never even heard of cremation. You go back 30,
was
40
there,
years
but you
ago.
didn't talk
No,
about- very
you didn't
few
talk
people.
about it.
Right, right.
Catholics never were cremated.
No.
We never had cremation. And now it is not only acceptable, it's the wise choice. It's the best thing to
Right.
do. I joke, the seal a meal or whatever. But seriously, it's
I'm going to put you in the smoker first.
yeah. Oh, hey, get that dust buster and put seal a meal, zip it up.
My
and we're
mother-in-law
done.
was cute. She said, I want to be cremated. She says, but don't scatter me about. She says, I want to stay together.
That's
So,
funny.
she's in my kitchen.
Oh, my Lord.
Isn't that cute? That's cute. Okay, on to another subject. Our last subject. I forgot what it was, Roberta.
Yeah, me too.
The family.
Okay. Oh, yes, now I remember that.
Can family be too close and cause problems in relationships?
You betcha.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I think that there are people, mothers and daughters that have this relationship, mother and son, that even if they marry, it's like they're still an outsider, and I don't like that. I think
Unhealthy. That's unhealthy.
very
to me.
unhealthy. I feel there comes a time where mom and dad or siblings, you have time for them or whatever, but when you marry and you have your family, that comes first.
Cut that umbilical cord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that umbilical cord has to be cut, and I think that families can be entirely too close in the respect that they get into each other's business, loving each other, doing things together, family get-togethers. That's great. If that's what your family's about, that's great. But
There's a
when they
difference.
know
Yeah.
they know everything that's going on in your home and what you're going to buy. I remember one time. When I was married to the kid's father, he wanted to buy something, and he went and talked to his mom and dad before he mentioned it to me. And it was like, but see, that was the Italian way. And me being full-blooded Italian, and him, it was acceptable. That was okay. We lived right next door. Why not? Ate with dinner with them every single night.
Oh, my
Every night?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, my God.
yeah. It was the old Italian way. And
Why'd you bother having an extra house?
Huh?
Why'd you have an extra house? You could have just lived there.
Well, very true, but right next door. Now, like I said, that's my ex-husband, my children's father. I look back on it now, and I did not appreciate the goodness, the closeness, the fun, the whole thing. And I watched everything because and I'm to fault to deteriorate because I did not appreciate. So I do feel closeness of a family is good in certain aspects.
But you got to have boundaries.
But you have
You
to.
do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
And
with every
balance.
relationship, you got to have boundaries. And if you have boundaries, I think you can do those things.
Right.
But you have to be able to say, you know, this is good, but right here, that's where the line
Or
is.
we really need some time alone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
important. Or we need to make this decision ourselves. My daughter is her mother-in-law is one of those who texts her like, well, I don't think she does anymore, but when they first got married, 20 times a day. What are you guys doing? What's up? It's like, I have to be working. Leave, you know. I mean, I think there's a boundary
Yeah.
there that
Yeah.
it's like that continuous interaction. No, I have a life to live. You
Right.
know,
Right.
Let me live it. And
Right.
Or like
yeah,
my
we'll let
niece.
you know what's going on.
my
Not every
my
day.
sister-in-law is so attached to her kids. Her daughter just went away to college last year, and the kid's homesick, and she flies out to Chicago to see her. I mean, 2 or 3 times a year. It's like, let the kid be on her own. Oh, well, we have to move her into her dorm. You do? She's
a big
an
girl.
adult. She
Yeah.
can move herself in.
Well-
oh no, this is what you do. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
There are
This is
certain
wrong.
times
Part of
where
how you grow up.
So the
Yeah.
kid's moving back to California next
Oh, wow.
next year. She's
It's not surprising, is it?
no. But I mean, I'm thinking, what's her life going to be like?
yeah.
I mean, it's just going to go on and on and on. It's
Well,
gonna
you
be
know,
horrible.
my daughter, God bless her, I have the utmost respect. As a matter of fact, they're burying her mother-in-law this morning. I have to say, after work, she went over there every single day, and on her days off, bathed her,
That's
changed her,
beautiful.
cleaned her.
Yeah.
She was with her when she was the only one. The boys had left. The brother-in-laws have left. Her husband went home for to change clothes or whatever. The daughter, her sister-in-law, was in the shower, and Michelle was having a cup of coffee. She was going to go outside. She goes, "No, I'm going to go sit with her because you never know." And she was sitting with her and watching her, and she took her last breath.
Oh,
And Michelle was with her. So she went and told everybody, and then Michelle bathed her with the girls.
Oh.
They put her in her clean little jammies and got her ready. Michelle was a trooper. My son-in-law said I couldn't done it without her. It was really,
that's really
ooh,
above and beyond. Yeah.
it was tough.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, that kid came through.
And you're so proud of her.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
just dynamite. She's just dynamite. She came through like a trooper, and she said the only hard part was when they had to take her away. Oh,
Yeah.
she said that killed me. But she said, you know, Mom, she had a great life. I respected her. I was with her. And I said, you know what? I am so proud of you. You know, she had what guts. And, you know, she
yeah.
just
And
up
the-
all night and just stay
Yeah.
there. I'm not leaving this woman until she goes. And by God, I told her, I said, you know what? A lot of people don't believe in God. They don't believe in faith or whatever. And you know what? That's fine. But for some reason, I said, Michelle, God chose you to be there. And by God, you came through. And
Yep.
it made you. She said, I wouldn't have traded one moment for
No,
anything.
because there's something about going through that process of being with someone
Oh, yes.
as they die that gives you a different perspective.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have that attachment or whatever.
Respect
We're
your
going to
life.
take a short break and we're going to come back. And Alan's got a great hot topic today. It's wonderful. Stay with us.
Just Between Us, a spontaneous, intuitive live television show with topics that are intended to inspire, delight, educate, and encourage.
We're back. Okay, this is a little lengthy, but this is just great. Earlier this week, the Supreme Court heard the appeal of an Ohio death row inmate who says he is too fat to be executed. The man, who is 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighs 267 pounds, argues that his weight and medication that he takes for migraines would weaken the effect of drugs used in the execution and constitute cruel and unusual punishment. What do you think? That prison should be using Jenny Craig, number one, and give him 2 boxes of X-Lax. Trust me, he would lose weight fast, and then you can execute his fat butt.
And I say don't give him the pain medication for migraines. What the hell difference is it
Take
going to
it
make?
away.
Yeah.
What the heck's a migraine when you're checking out anyway?
That's right.
This is
Give
the
him
most
a bigger
bizarre.
dosage. I don't get it. You know,
This is bizarre. 5'7", 267. How did he get that big in prison?
That's right. They're feeding him too
well,
much.
maybe he was already that big. We don't know that. But
Yeah, but he had to have been there a while.
Doesn't really matter.
I say cut back on his food.
Jenny Craig. Put him on a Jenny Craig diet.
Jenny
6
Craig's
months-
too good for him.
No. That costs money too.
Or
That's
Weight
right.
Watchers, Weight
That's right.
Watchers. Go do something, and then just give him a box or two of X-Lax and say, "What do you want for your last meal?" Now that you can't hold it in, but what would you like anyway? Slap him up on that gurney and get it over with. I mean, good grief. Obviously, this is
So
ridiculous.
you commit a crime, but if you're overweight, you don't have to worry about being executed.
Yeah, it is a ludicrous argument.
Roberta's
And the
I
judge-
can't
and the
even
judge
believe
okayed
Roberta's
it.
going to be sensitive now and try to figure this out.
No. I just think why not just give him a bigger dosage? I don't get it.
I mean, the thing, we laugh, but what did he do to get there? Did his victim or victims
Right.
have, he had 2 victims?
2 college students.
2 college kids. Okay, there you go. Here's 2 young people cut down in their prime.
Right.
Because
right.
of this fat rear end. And I normally I don't make fun of people that are,
Well,
but
it's
he deserves it.
irrelevant that in that sense, the fact that he weighs a lot is irrelevant to what is happening.
Yeah, come on,
The
folks.
fact is, he committed the murders. He's been convicted. He's on death row.
Right.
Then do what you
Wonder
do.
if he was underweight. This is cruel and inhumane because you're going to over-medicate. I mean, I'm going to go faster or whatever.
Right.
Or it's going to be painful. I mean, folks, you've got to be held accountable for what you've done.
That's right.
I mean, how many people do we have sitting in death row in San Quentin? People have spoken, whether you're for the death penalty or not. I do believe that if the people speak, you have to carry it out.
Right.
Do I believe now that it's a deterrent? I don't know. I just don't know
But
anymore.
it is the law.
It is the
way it
law,
is,
and we have to uphold the letter of the law. Unfortunately, that's the problem with us. We massage the law to fit our needs. This man,
is
the Pillsbury Doughboy here, they're just.
So you have such a way with words.
I mean, there's something ain't right.
Wordsmith.
Something's not going. Something's wrong up there. There's just something not
You're
right.
such a diplomat.
I know, and I'm so sensitive.
Yes, I can tell.
He'd love to talk to me before he goes. But geez, Minnie Christmas,
Yeah.
the sensitivity. I mean, I sympathize with the fact that he wants to live, obviously, but what about the people's lives that you
Yeah.
took? 2 people.
That doesn't
But
count
it's-
when you.
And it's gotten to the Supreme Court.
Well, see,
It's
that's
not even
the
to
thing.
I mean,
Right.
the fact that it's gotten out of a local jurisdiction to the Supreme Court.
Don't you think
Give
that they
me a
would have
break.
more
A
important things
little
to
bit
discuss?
more important things to discuss.
I'm telling you, 6 months, Jenny Craig, X-Lax. That's it. He'll be gone. His cell will be a mess, but he'll be gone. I mean, we laugh. What are you going to do? It's bizarre. It's bizarre that I thought California was nuts. Ohio
has.
Yeah, and you're
obviously-
going back there.
I'm going there. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I don't want to go see him.
No, I was gonna say, maybe if we gave you some X-Lax.
that's right.
What are you saying?
it would
Go
be.
speak to the dietitian there.
It would be interesting to see how this plays out. I hope it makes.
Could you keep track of this for us? Al?
Yeah, I
we
think
wanna
it would be
get
great.
that
It'd be great to do that. Anyway, while we still are fuzzy on this, we're going to take a short break, come back and wrap it up for you. Whatever.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.
You can reach us at 223-4877 or 223-4866, or you can email us at bookme@tspntv.com, or sign up for my sensitivity class that I will be giving. I
think
say,
you need some coaching.
yeah,
No,
big time.
It's beautiful. I love
Big
just
time
the way
coaching.
you are.
Good grief.
Either that or a loaf of bread.
Yeah, good gravy, Marie. I'm telling you, you know, when
Stuff
you think,
the mouth.
when you think, if it's her bread, fine. If you think you've heard it all, now there's going to be one that's going to top that, and I hope you find it, Alan, and bring it in next week. That was priceless. That was really funny. I cannot believe somebody said that they should not be executed because they're overweight and they take migraine medication.
That's crazy.
And it might.
And worse yet, that they stayed the execution.
Yeah.
And it went
That's
to the
even
Well,
the worst.
the fact remains they're going to cure your migraine headache. You'll never have another one again. Yeah,
a
that's,
sure cure.
Yeah, that's a sure cure. Oh,
And Alan says, yeah, put a little alcohol on that injection site.
yeah,
Make
yeah.
sure
You don't catch an
swab
infection
the
on the
site,
way.
yeah.
Alan's right. They before they give the injection, they put the alcohol swab. And why, I ask? Because they want to be sanitary.
They don't want him to die from an infection. It has
Unless,
to be dying
unless
from
at the last
injection.
minute there's a stay of execution, and he might just get a little skin rash
Oh!
from not doing that. Jackie, I'm sorry for your loss. Tell Bill that
Thank you,
we're sorry
Will.
for your loss. I have a loss today, and you're going to be going through one tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your
And
loss.
likewise,
Seems to
Susie.
be a
But
little bunch
remember,
of stuff going on.
but you know what? Remember all those with laughter. Remember all
Oh,
the good.
absolutely.
Yeah. Remember all the good times. Remember their smile. Remember their laugh. All the joy that they brought to you.
Absolutely.
And if there's an inheritance, enjoy
Enjoy
him even
that
more. Enjoy him even more. When this Pillsbury Doughboy goes, I'm going to throw a party. Because this is ridiculous.
Let's get together. You can use
Yeah.
my house.
Oh man, I tell you, honest to God, you know,
Who
can you
brings the
imagine?
butter too?
Can you imagine
Slathered
the
on.
families of those two children that he killed? Can you imagine the
No.
families, what they're thinking of right now? I mean,
Oh.
in all
I'm
seriousness,
sure they're
it's terrible.
filing a petition
Absolutely.
for
a lot of
Jenny
activity.
Craig.
Yeah, really. Sorry, Jenny. There is a lot of activities going on in Amador County. Please get out and support them.
Absolutely.
Buy local, stay local, start getting stuff ready for the food bank. We need to feed the needy. Take care.
So
See you
long.
next week.